Hi guys, I'm Patrick Hogan. I'm the Wildlife Rehab Coordinator here at the Wildlife Center of the North Coast. We're about to look at an Evening Grosbeak that came in about 21 days ago, so about 3 weeks ago. This bird was caught by a cat, and there's some pretty severe damage done to the bird. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at the wounds that was produced by the cat bite. We're going to take a look at the feather growth of the feathers that were pulled out from the cat, and we're just going to overall check the behavior and the health of the bird and make sure we're doing the right thing for it, and then figure out what the next steps are, which are probably moving outside to evaluate some flight after recovering from the wounds. So here we go. We're going to take them out now. And I've got some medication here too. We're going to give them a mild pain reliever as well. And then I'm going to take some photos of his feather growth so we can kind of show you how far he's come since he came in 3 weeks ago. Here's the bird. I'm going to cover his head in a second, but what I want to do is I want to kind of show you what the damage is to the bird. So the cat originally caught the bird by the back and probably by the butt too, and caused a pretty severe wound right here. And that's recovered really well. We're going to take a look at some photos and see what it looked like originally 3 weeks ago. And then we're also going to check the feather growth on one of the wings as well as the tail feathers and see how far we've come. So just carefully pull them out. So these are all pulled out 3 weeks ago. Since then they've grown back, as well as the tail feathers. I'm sorry, buddy. The tail feathers here. Usually with cat bites, that's probably the most indicative, is they grab them right by the rump, they pull out the tail feathers, making the bird have a really hard time flying and landing and getting to the exact right perch that they want, and then causing some undue trauma because they're trying to get around and avoid the cat as well after being caught. And anytime we have a bird that's caught by a cat, we always start them on antibiotics because cat bites can cause really, really bad, painful infections, and they can get systemic within the body. Within 3 days, a lot of birds die actually from cat bites because it traps that bacteria in those tiny little teeth holes, and then it kind of proliferates and gets systemic from there. So he's been on antibiotics and he's recovering really well. We're just at the point now where we need to kind of figure out flight mobility. And so this is him taking his meds. He bites at it first, but that kind of gives me an opportunity to get in that big thick beak right there. And then I'm going to cover his head for a little bit. If you want to walk over here, I'll show you his photos of his progress. So these were taken on the 5th originally, and this is actually after he's been in care for a little bit, because you can see the tail feathers are already starting to regrow, I think. Oops, there we go. So you can see, there's no tail feathers right now. The ones that you see under the rump are kind of like underneath the button on the top of the body, or at the end of the body where the feathers are. And then we could, if he's patient enough, we'll take a look at another photo of the wound. Here's a good one. This is on the 12th, so this wasn't even too long ago, really. This is probably once we kind of wrapped up the wound healing and all that. So yeah, there you can see. Can't zoom in with one hand, but and then we're gonna go walk him back now that he's got his meds and we checked his feather growth, and we're gonna walk him back to his cage, and you can see his little cage set up. So you can see they've got a really varied diet. They've got a lot of different seeds, including black oil sunflower seeds, some fresh berries, mealworms, water, and we've got a little protein crumble dish that we're going to make a little bit later and give them today. It's all back in there. Okay. All right, so I'll write up the medical notes and then we'll move on to the next bird.